what's up guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Risabel here, and it's been a while. I know, but then like it's been a roller coaster. Like the things that have been happening is not even here. Like I cannot even begin to explain the journey. Right now, I'm an undergraduate at the University of Nigeria Enugu campus. I'm studying accountancy, and it's been a hassle. I mean, from graduating secondary school down to this moment, it's been a real hassle. But you guys pulling through, and I'm really learning a lot. I'm trying to put in a lot, and coupled with learning how to be confident, coupled with learning how to get myself out there, coupled with learning how to organize and balance and control many things. It's like it's been hectic, but your girl is gonna get there. Like it's just about like really focusing on the part that God wants for you, really focusing on being more confident and more bold in serving God and showing forth your talent and your skills and not being afraid of it. Listening to that 1% that wants you to go ahead and do something instead of the rest of the 99 that is always taunting you and making you feel bad about yourself. So basically, I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to start. There's been a lot that has been happening. My last video was based on the power template, and since then I don't even know how many months has gone by since that video. I'm not sure. While still trying to figure out lots of things, trying to put my mind in the right, and decide for myself what I want for myself, avoid distractions, even willful distractions, and even try to follow in the path that has been set out for me and be more organized. Like my 4 principles: I'm a legacy, I am motivated, I'm consistent, and I'm organized. So I know that consistency, being disciplined, being passionate, avoiding distractions, avoiding pleasing people, avoiding negative thoughts, all these things is part of what is necessary on your journey. But most times it gets rather difficult because you just find yourself always sipping back into that old self that you're always trying to get rid of. You find yourself always sipping back to it, because I know how many times I have made plans to be consistent, how many times I've made plans based on the power template to do stuff, but I always find myself like relaxing and watching TV. And I read somewhere that most times people don't do things because they don't want it as bad as they think they want it. So I know how bad I want to be successful. I know how bad I want to be able to balance and control the power template. I know how bad I want to make my family proud. But most times I just get overwhelmed, and my body will just want to relax, because at that moment of me thinking of, okay, what's the next step of action, I just feel blank all of a sudden, and the next thing I find myself doing is just either sleeping or watching TV, almost watching YouTube. And then at that point it doesn't feel bad to me. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. At that point it actually feels like what I should just do. And because of that, I'm like taking my mind off that overwhelming factor, and suddenly I feel peace. And because I necessarily feel peace in sleeping and watching TV and watching YouTube, because my mind is off all that worrying and trouble, I tend to do it more because I just want peace. I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm sure I am, because when I start thinking too much about all these things, wanting it to be perfect, wanting to come out on top, even trying to enjoy the process, but knowing that, okay, we still need to put in hard work and all that, I just really get overwhelmed. I won't say that I'm a perfectionist. I don't know if I'm a perfectionist, but most times I always want to bring out the best in whatever I do. And most times, in order for me to bring out the best, I tend to like put some pressure on myself, because I know like if I just do it mediocre, I may not bring out the best. Like if I just do it, okay, let me just do it. But if I like say, okay, we want to bring out the best in this thing, so we have to work. Most times I think that puts some sort of pressure on me, and I start to feel this chaos within, that just removing my mind from it and thinking about something completely different, or my mind being like blank watching TV or watching videos is just the peace that I suddenly feel. And it took a while for me to understand this. It took a while for me to be able to understand that the key thing with discipline is about enjoying the process, is about understanding that you're not where you want to be yet, but with step by step action, just taking it one step at a time, being one step better, 1% better, you will get there. So it's not even about doing things mediocre. Of course, do your best in everything that you do, but it's not about doing things mediocre. It's all about making 1%, just being 1% better every single day. You know, if you were someone that, okay, yesterday you work out for like, or you don't even work out at all, at least today put on your workout clothes. If you're someone that yesterday you don't eat healthy at all, at least today make one healthy choice. You know, that type of thing. Because most times when I want to do good and like be okay and, you know, have all this successful and like motivations in my head, it just gets overwhelmed because I see this huge gap between where I am right now and where I want to be. Like there's this huge gap and it scares me a lot. Like it's part of the things that make me overwhelmed, you know. And there's this lots of opportunities every day that you just see. People are talking about scholarships, people are talking about internships. They're just all these opportunities, and you're like, if I don't take charge of it right now, I won't be able to take charge of it again. And then there's now the other part where you rather not just want to do it at all because you don't want to fail. You know, you don't want to see yourself fail, so you rather not even do it at all. You just be like, okay, it's better if I don't do it than to go and try for it and fail, you know, hoping that maybe in the future you'll be able to do it. But if you're not able to do something now, how will you be able to do it in the future? So it's about understanding that there's no rush in life. And that was one of the advice that my brother gave me, my role model, my mentor. He was like, Chindu, relax. Like, you still have time. Like, you may be thinking you don't have time, but how old are you? You're just 18. You know, life, yes, is too short, but then you still have time. Stop trying to run. Stop trying to go faster than your shadow. And my mom always tells me, take it one step at a time. Treat it like a hobby. So now, trying to merge all these things together, naturally, I grew up just wanting it all, just, you know, fast tracking everything, just wanting to be there. Because I remember when I started my YouTube channel, you know, I knew that passion, consistency, and all those things were factors that were needed for having a YouTube channel. But I just wanted to be like all these other girls that I saw that already had up to 5,000 subscribers, some 1 million, some 2. That I would always just rather sit back and wish that I had it than actually being consistent enough and being confident to actually attain it. Because I felt like the road to 1 million is such a big road, like a huge milestone, that I don't even know if I work now, I'll just have to keep on working, and it's going to be so overwhelming and stressful. Not even realizing that the road to 1 million, all those people that got to 1 million, they did not get there overnight. They actually, you know, were consistent and passionate about their work. And there were times where they wanted to stop. There were times where they wanted to give up, but they kept going. You know, they kept going. They kept, you know, they took energy from the passion they had for it and just kept going. And that's one thing that I really need to train myself on, because I've really gone a lot on the wrong path with wanting everything, that I forget about the process, that I forget about the journey, that I forget about enjoying the process, I forget about that it will not be overnight, that I forget about like it's step by step action. And this type of things that I have to take into cognizance. I have to let go and I have to slow my roll. I need to understand that it's one step at a time. The road to 5,000 subscribers, the road to 1 million subscribers. Sometimes it feels like maybe when you get there, it's no longer going to be like, you're not going to feel that thrill, or maybe in the nearest future they may ban YouTube. But then if you're consistent, even if they ban YouTube, you will be actually excited at the journey that you've come through. So if you're always so obsessed about the end point, you will never be satisfied. But if you're actively participating in the journey, if you're enjoying the process, if you know that okay, it's one step at a time, and you just keep moving, you will not even realize when you've come so far. You know, you will not even realize when you've come so far, and it's gonna feel so amazing. And that's one thing I need to start applying. Even even with the pressure of life, I need to know that my relationship with God is not going to be something that will just be overnight. He'll just abracadabra. God is not a magician, you know. He's not a magician. And realizing this, it feels like, oh, it's late. But then, like my brother told me, you still have time. So all of these things are experiences. They are experiences that you need to learn from them. That's why they say experience is the best teacher. You need to learn from them and start applying them in your life. Take it one step at a time. you know Take it one step at a time. Enjoy the process. And lucky for you, you have the power templates that literally classifies things for you. So if you're like worried about what you should be getting into, which is not even something you're supposed to be worried about, you kind of just look at the power template at a glance and be like, okay, we've done this, we've done that, okay, let's do this next. And it gives you this so many options of things that you can actually involve yourself in. That is so amazing. That is so good. And necessarily don't think about anything so much. Besides, there are many things that have existed before that are still existing now. And there are many people who become successful off the simplest things. So stop worrying about what the future holds, or how it's gonna come, or when you want to be the most successful person in the room and all that, and just live in the moment and enjoy the process and just keep moving, because life with its uncertainty is enough. So why add that by worrying and killing yourself? So basically, when you look at that, try to balance it out. Try to be calm. Try to take it one step at a time. Try not to bother about what people think about you, because that can never classify who you are. Use the power template and just keep moving. Don't allow the stress and pressure of life get to you. Don't feel bad that you're not at an expected place. Don't feel overwhelmed at the gap or space between where you are right now and where you want to be. You're still growing, and you're gonna do amazing things, because these things you're experiencing and you're teaching yourself, it's not something that everybody does. You're unique, you're special, and there's just something about you that you just know that you're going to be great. But you know that it's going to take some time, because you have to effectively train yourself so that you'll be able to carry on that baton when it's being passed down to you. And so don't rush the process. God is purified by fire, and it takes time. Just like how you put your food on fire, if you put it down before it gets cooked, you eat it raw. So you have to wait for the food to cook before you can eat it. Because if you say, oh, you're so hungry, and you put the food down before you get to eat, you will not even enjoy the food. So you have to wait for the food to get done. And so that's the same thing with your life. And that's why I'm really starting to appreciate Atomic Habits, even though I've not finished reading it. His own kind of provides a form of training where you're not even caring about the huge hole between where you are and where you want to be. All you're caring about is just moving and covering that hole 1 inch at a time, one step at a time, just moving closer, bit by bit by bit, and not looking at the huge gap that will make you scared and overwhelmed that you run back or you stay stagnant. No, we don't bother about that. We're living in the moment. We have our goals, we have our dreams and visions, so we're just gonna take one step every single day. And with that, if you calculate 365 days, if your goals are like 10,000 steps in a year, you've made over 300 steps towards your goals. That's removing 10,000 minus 300. That's over 700 steps. If you do another year, you're already almost halfway done with just taking one step every day towards your goals. Before you know it, you reach that 10,000 steps and you'll be like, oh. And it may just be like 3 years past. I spent 6 years in secondary school, and just like that, Just like that, 6 years is gone. Just like that. So imagine if we knew about this like 6 years ago, and we just focused on the power templates and decided, okay, every single day we're gonna take it one step at a time. We're not gonna bother about anything. We're not gonna force anything. We're just gonna let it be and ease into it. Imagine the progress. But then we're not worried about that. We're not worried about the past, and we're not worried about the future. We're just gonna live in the moment and take it one step at a time. And then when we finally make it, it's gonna feel like it happened overnight. But dang, no, it took a lot. I mean, me saying this, I've cried a lot. I have really been stressing. Like I told you, like the story time, I don't even know where to begin, because I have exams like by the end of this week. Today's 20th. I have exams on 28th. So like 1 week. And I now have school exams that's on the 3rd. And I want to do well in these exams. But I have serious exam phobia. I don't like exams. Not as if I'm not like a bright student and all. But I don't like exams. And I don't like preparing for exam, because when I'm not reading, I kind of feel like that will contribute to the reason why I didn't get like a high score. And then the process of me reading, like while I'm reading, I get stressed. I feel like, what if this one I'm reading doesn't come out? What if I don't need this information? What if I need to be reading something else? So I'm not even concentrating on what I'm doing. That renders it useless. And then coupled with a lot of information that you will hear. Somebody will tell you, no, start from A. Another person tell you, no, start from Z. And it's just a lot. And it's heartbreaking. Trying to block out that noise. Trying to shield yourself from that. It's stressful. It's... But then, we keep improving. We're gonna keep working, training. I'm literally going back to school tomorrow. Today is Monday, 20th of March. And I'm going back to school tomorrow. I'm having class by 10 a.m. And it's gonna be hectic. Like, everybody already knows. But I'm gonna live by, something that my sister said. She's like, expect the best, but prepare for the worst. So I'm really trying to prepare myself mentally for the pressure and the hecticness of the week that's gonna come. But I'm also going to expect the best, as in. So I'm trusting in God. I'm going to do my very best, no matter how small. I'm going to try. Even though at home I feel like I've not really done justice to my reading, but I'm gonna say that I'll just keep on doing my best in life. And there's something I told myself. Most times I look at myself when I watch programs like Child Genius. Kind of wish I was one of the Child Genius. I see people on TV, online. You just get swamped in with wishing your life was different, and scrolling through YouTube and Instagram and just wishing you had this type of lives. You can't just help it, because your present life feels like it sucks so bad, and then trying to get yourself out of that hole, but falling even deeper. And it's scary, because there's this image you have of yourself, of this perfect little lady, and you don't see that. All you see is someone who struggles, or you see someone who talks too much, or you see someone who watches TV instead of reading, or you see someone that is not focused, or you see someone that's struggling, and it hurts. It hurts because you really want to be that person of your dreams, but you keep falling back into your old self and your old habits that make you hate yourself the more. And it's like you're trying so hard, but you just keep falling back even more. Like trying to get out of a hole, falling deeper. And this is an unending cycle of hurt. And you keep begging God and crying and wishing and hoping and begging, just waiting for this nightmare to be over. But it's like, as you grow older, you just get worse. And it hurts. Because you really want the best. You really want what's best for you. You really want to do better. You really want to be a role model. And when you see people who are way younger than you already living that life, you get jealous, you get angry, you get upset. Just wish, why can't God do it for me? Why do I have to lament so much? Why do this unending lamentation? Why can't God just make my life the way that I dream of it? You know? Like I said, something I told myself is, if you know that the Spirit is guiding you, why try to fast track the process, and why try to be someone else when the Holy Spirit has already directed your path? So why try to rush it?